Hi, this is Jason Coker, President of Wisconsin Evolution. I'm here today with Michael Holden, who is our assistant coach on the 15U girls, our head coach for the 11U boys, and our director of tournaments. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. We're wrapping up day 5 today. Michael had a lot of work to do with this, our first 5-day premier camp. Tonight we have our All-Star game, which obviously was a creation of yours, which I think is going to turn out to be a fantastic thing to have every year, and it'll get bigger and bigger. So wanted to get a chance to speak with you today so that those in our community know a little bit more about you. Let's kind of start off, how did you even get started with the game of basketball? What's that story like?
The game of basketball came to me the age of 4.
Okay.
Never talked to my mom about it. I think it was because I was causing too much trouble at home.
Okay.
As far as yeah, right. Just not bad trouble. Just always wanting to do something. So I think finding an outlet. And then a lot of my family members play basketball. So then getting to basketball. I remember my very first time playing in an organized basketball game at the CYC. Not even at the main
legendary
court.
CYC,
the legendary
right?
CYC. If anybody can remember this, when you go into the CYC, they had a room to your right? They had the Huffy basketball courts there, and I was there. I was a Huffy basketball court legend. It's been history ever since. Moving on throughout middle school, throughout high school, and unfortunately, I didn't get to play in college just due to personal reasons. Had an opportunity to go to the University of Alabama State. Didn't get to play just for personal reasons. Came back and been coaching and loving it ever since.
Yep. I remember I had officiated your games for a few years actually during your traveling season. Your traveling career in AAU basketball. So taking a step back now and looking at the path that basketball has given you, at this stage, what does basketball really mean to you?
Man, many people look at basketball as like a hobby.
Yeah.
Something to do, as I said earlier, to create free time. There's so much more into basketball, I think, that's unwritten. The friendships that you build, the brotherships that you build, the mentorships that you build. Just the genuine love for the game and itself, the passion that it brings, and the ability to see it so many different ways. I think one of the beauties of basketball, what I enjoy, is being a student of the game. You can never master basketball. There's always something, a different concept that, as a coach, I'm sure you toy with in your head. Things come to you and you're like, oh wow, I saw that. Wow, let me try to implement it, but then twist it so nobody can say I took it.
Yeah.
So
you never stop evolving, right?
There
definitely.
we go. Definitely.
So let's take a look at, how did you first hear about Wisconsin Evolution?
So a guy by the name of Jason Coker, I don't know if anybody heard of him, president of Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, there you go, right?
So knowing him for majority of my basketball career, he's coached my cousins. Then we kind of met professionally, which was odd, right?
Yeah.
Met professionally, and then it's just been constant and constant watching from a microscope. I think you would agree with. Never really sitting down to talk basketball. But then I remember I was at work. I got an inbox on Facebook. Hey, what do you think about basketball and coaching? And I was like, are you serious? And it was honestly something many of others have reached out to me about during that summer, that year or so. And it was just I didn't feel it was the right fit. I personally didn't want to invest time there where I didn't believe in it. Then reaching out to Jason, we met one evening, and then we talked about evolution. We talked about the ability of, I think, the same passion with most of our evolution staff and getting our kids to compete on a national stage. And not only winning, and of course we want to win, but exposing their game to the national platform and then being exposed, so then when they come back in their high school or middle school career, they know what they need to work on, and then our goal is for each one of our evolution players, I would believe, is to dominate that level due to the exposure that they've received in the summer.
Come back home and work on it and improve. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, is it fair to say that you would have preferred to have had evolution around when you were playing in your AAU days?
Definitely. So one of the things I'm jealous about the kids today, I wish Jason was about 40 years older than his age that he's at now, right? We won't put that out there.
I don't care what the circumstances.
Reason being, just because, man, we had nothing like this. Of course, there were AAU programs. One of the struggles that Kenosha kids, when I was growing up with playing AAU basketball, we would play around Waukesha, Milwaukee, and nothing wrong with that. But always wanting to get to that national level. Then we got small fry, which lets you compete on a smaller national scale. And then you have the choice to make once you get to about middle school. Are you going to go to Chicago and try to compete? Are you going to go to Milwaukee or to Madison and try to play? And honestly, I would love to. I'm sure many parents have done that, but it's a lot of sacrifice on parents. Travel, expenses. So then with this evolution program, and not only the basketball aspect of it, the speed and agility that we offer, community service that we give back. One of the things Evolution I love about Evolution is the ability to give back to the community. A lot of people look at it like, oh, it's just another AAU program. If you really look at the deep core of Evolution, it's about giving back. The ability to help Habitat for Humanity, who we help build houses with, community days, ability to clean up parks in our local area, ability to, I don't know if this has been done in the city of Kenosha as far as an AAU program, donating money to a 7-year-old girl that had a heart transplant, which we're going to do tonight at our first ever charity game. I believe it's a major impact to our city, our community, and those around it.
Good answer. So, to kind of dial back from your experience in the game of basketball and what basketball means to you, what is it that you, Coach Holden, what is it that you feel that you can offer our players that were within our platform?
One of the things I love about my sport is not only playing basketball at so many different levels, but being able to watch so many different basketball players. What I call coaching legends. Jason, watching him, you probably remember this. Luther Midnight Leagues, watching you play there.
Wow, yeah.
Just being able to watch that.
You went way back on that one.
Yeah, watching people evolve, watching Brandon at St. Joe's, and then the ability to kind of see it with my own eyes, what it took to get there, going to Alabama, getting up at 6 in the morning to have to play basketball. Yeah. Then also letting the kids know nothing comes easy. So the ability to instill in our kids hard work and dedication. And the reason why I use those two, it's going to take dedication, it's going to take those times when you don't want to, and not only getting up doing it, but making it worth the while of, putting your 100% into it every time that you step in between these lines and play the game of basketball.
Great. Last question before we wrap up. For those in the community that are watching this interview, is there something that you feel they should know that, maybe you didn't realize until you joined Evolution, or maybe you knew all along? What is it that you feel that you should share with the community should know?
The biggest thing I would think of our community should know, more so than basketball, more so than we travel, more so that we're nationally ranked at some levels, is the ability that we believe in giving back to you. If there's a charity event that you need us a part of, let us know, reach out to us. As I said, we've helped out with Habitat for Humanity, building houses. We've helped out at cleaning our own parks. And this is just stuff that we like doing. And not only us as staff, not only us as coaches, but we have kids out there. If you go to our Facebook page, go to our website, there's plenty of information about us giving back, and that's what I believe it's all about. At the end of the day, you want to expose your kids on the national level, but also be able to come back and give back to home.
Yep. It's fair to say it's about evolving on the court and off of it. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.